thought that was a pretty good opening term.
Yeah.
The start of the second quarter at the MCG. Melbourne 5-5. Footscray 2-3. Rucks go at it. One down by O'Dwyer. White left it behind. It spills wide eventually for Viney. Bumped off it by McPherson. Well played by Steve McPherson. Still he goes. Left it behind eventually. Dyson got it to Viney. Nice work to Beveridge. Inside the centre square in the light rain. Chips it inside half forward. Cuthbertson couldn't control it. Good strong tackle. Got Wallace down. Eppelston to Atkins. Liberatore towards half forward. Footscray have the breeze. STYNES in the road.
Jim STYNES on the defensive side of centre wing. Thought about going short to forward. Now goes a little longer. And just a tap down by Baxter to Liberatore onto Cameron is effective. He finds Cullen on the left half forward flank, going towards Hawkins territory at full forward, but a defensive fist by Peter Rode sees it over the line.
Good defender, body to body. Peter Rode, stronger than he appears.
An opportunity for the Dogs to score. Charles wins it down in front of Brian Royal. Light misty rain may make it a little difficult for the players.
Oh.
Beautifully picked up by Cameron, and have a look at that for a shot at goal. The youngster has booted a beauty.
That will take some topping for goal of the round. What a magnificent goal. Cameron, the pickup was superb. We saw how slippery it was. Royal just slipped over. The ball jarred free. Cameron picked it up right on the boundary line, has threaded the needle. A magnificent goal. They needed that one.
Centre bounce once again. Atkins controls it at the second attempt. Gets a high kick up towards Coleman and Lyon. Coleman first to recover. Oh, he does it well. Across to Liberatore. Down towards Hawkins, who could have been held. It doesn't matter. He's taken the mark. Doug Hawkins, 30 metres out. Originally from Braybrook. There could be some celebrating there tonight for game number 250 for Doug. Looking for his first goal of the match. Had an opportunity in the first term but couldn't convert. Made no mistake this time. This is a very good start by the Dogs in the second quarter. Goals to Hawkins and Cameron in the opening 2.5 minutes of this second term, and all of a sudden the gap has been closed. It is now just 8 points favouring Melbourne. Misty rain appears to have cleared across the ground. Here we go back in the centre again.
FEBEY out of the middle. High floating kick inside the attacking 50. Big leap by Bennett. Didn't bring it to ground. This is Jackson, 50 metres out from goal. Couldn't control the ball. And it rolls across the boundary line. 5-5 plays 4-3. Footscray, 2 quick goals to start the second term. Throw in just outside the attacking 50 for the Demons. Rucks go at it. Wide, clean possession. Cameron timed the release nicely. Got it to Wallace. Up from half back. That's ambitious with a greasy ball, but they worked it well enough. Baxter got it to Liberatore, to Atkins. Through half forward, Charles. The man goes by on the overlap, but Whitney would have been on his wrong side. I think Charles assessed it pretty well. He's a left footer running out to the right side. So Charles decided to hang on. Whitney was disappointed. Charles will kick from just inside the 50. This will make it interesting. Was missed to the left. 5-5 to 4-4. Great transference of play, though, by the Bulldogs, running it well.
Looks as though the Demons are preparing to make a change. Stephen Clark is warming up on the sidelines. Sean White marks at half back. No one attending the mark, so he plays on. Kicks up towards the centre. Dyson takes a fine mark. They've got some very good youngsters coming up in this Melbourne team. Dyson is one of them. Oh, Bennett had a climb, but far too early. Liberatore wanting the advantage, not to be. Melbourne are making the change now. Campbell off and Clark on. Foster goes in towards the centre. Grinter taken out of it. Play goes on. Viney across the line. Well, the umpire just let it go. And Glenn Coleman sprints away. Goes towards full forward, over the back. Chance now for Hawkins. Now that hit his boot and went out of bounds on the full. So Peter Road will take it for the D's.
In the back pocket. A little indecisive. Stays Members' side with a kick. FEBEY flies from behind. Liberatore did well, got it out towards Cameron. Pretty greasy, downwind Ford. Liberatore gets it out to the advantage of Cameron. Can he do it again? He keeps it in. Atkins on the assist, hard against the boundary line, pulls it back. Footscray have got the numbers down there. Did Hawkins kick it or Charles? Charles is claiming it, it's a goal.
And the big man is wrapped. That's his second. And he is ecstatic as the D's close the gap to just 1 point.
Hawkins initially claimed the mark. Flurry of activity about a metre out. The loose ball saw Charles swoop on it and through it went.
Centre bounce. O'Dwyer. Atkins. The Dogs forward again. Stynes and Charles racing for it. Jim Stynes takes it. Oh, plays on. At the second attempt, he succeeds in getting it to Brett Lovett. Long and low. Socked by Wallace, but straight to Viney. Recovers well, goes onto the left foot. Pokes it down towards Owen. Had a quiet first turn. And that flick to Stephen Clark.
Bad footy
just
by
come
Owen.
onto the ground.
Was Clark just run through with the ball, Sam.
Yeah. Had little trouble getting into the game today, Rocket. Atkins over the top. Forward. If the whistle has sounded, there's going to be a free kick. It'll come back and it'll go the way of Footscray. It'll be taken by Simon Atkins. Had a good game. 8 kicks, 4 hand passes for Simon Atkins to date. Very good performance. To centre wing. Coleman, but there was a little nudge. Back to Stynes it will go. Melbourne making another change, an interesting one. Bennett is off, KEOGH is on. Royal in trouble. And the umpire said he threw it out to Liberatore. So Gary Lyon will take it for Melbourne.
Lyon inside the centre square. Cuthbertson at the present time is at full forward. Kick down towards the attacking 50. WYND does well, juggled it.
Does the removal of Bennett surprise you?
Maybe because the weather is as it is. Ball getting a bit slippery, but yes, it does. This is Wallace. Coleman on the lead. Bennett off the ground with 2 goals alongside his name. Glenn Coleman, meantime, kicks well inside the 50. Stynes, who's playing well, couldn't hang on that time. Glenn Lovett did well in a tight situation. Beveridge waited for the ball. That was a mistake. He was run down. Lyon can't control it. Down he goes, but he's going to get the free kick. Grabbed by Liberatore. He didn't have it. Here's Lyon. And this game is really hotting up, despite the conditions. Cold day at the MCG. Lyon goes towards the outer side. WYND comes over the top. Melbourne free in front. No. Crowd thought it was. WYND, in fact, won't take the kick out there. It was a free kick to Foster. No, the umpire wants it to come back, and I think WYND eventually will be paid the mark. So some confusion, and the crowd a little testy about all of that.
Well, it's virtually a replay. WYND to Foster. To a congested half forward zone where Jim Stynes positions himself in front of the pack. Road to centre wing. Owen, a long way down. will look towards O'Dwyer. Went up with the one hand, and the ball is seen over the line with Gow and KEOGH. A point in it. Melbourne leading. Wide. The umpire said a push, so it goes to O'Dwyer, who just stabs to Dyson outside 50. Kevin Dyson going deep into attack with a drop punt into the square. Wind in front. Oh, looks a pretty good snap. It's a goal. Darren Cuthbertson, ever dangerous in front, has kicked his first and Melbourne's first for this second quarter.
May have been a little shove in there, just an arm from Cuthbertson on Wind. But the umpire let them play, and Cuthbertson snapping back over his left shoulder. His first goal of the afternoon. Handy one. They lead by 7 points now. Just under 16 minutes remaining till half-time. STYNES, who's playing a blinder, got it down. Atkins tried to go off the ground. KEOGH gives it to Dyson alongside the centre circle. Long kick into the forward line. Ball running free. Missing it was Jackson. Owen dragged off it. Cuthbertson. Away comes Ford. Scrambles a kick about 15 metres. Dyson has it. Jackson, not a good kick. Through the legs of Hunter. Tipped his head well. Mark Hunter comes away. Boots through midfield. Awkward bounce. Here's a chance now for Footscray. McPherson, not a good kick. Hawkins. Liberatore too slow. Rowe. White confronted, gets it to STYNES. STYNES from half back, long kick towards centre wing. Going back, Dyson showed courage, met solidly by Foster. FEBEY, brilliant pick-up, spears the pass in. Clark takes the mark. Clark will kick from just outside the 50. End-to-end stuff that time. Melbourne, then Footscray, and Melbourne came back. Stephen Clark. Take a good kick. That isn't.
In towards the pocket. Baxter waiting. Couldn't get an effective kick away. Gow was at the bottom of the pack. Now an opportunity for Eppleton. Almost caught Wigney standing still. Big man recovers. Oh, and he's claimed. Grinter crashes over the top. And he's getting a free kick.
Too high, he said, the umpire.
So Wigney to the outer wing. STYNES slipped at the critical stage. Dyson will be first to it at the back of the pack. And he too finding the conditions a little trying. Lyon in towards half forward. O'Dwyer with a fist has an airy. Foster does well. Kicks high. Up over the centre. Charles. Oh, look at the tackle on Justin Charles. FEBEY. The rain making it very trying now for all players. FEBEY again. White. Clever play by Sean White to hammer it out the back to Brett Lovett. He's got Todd Viney going past. Uses that player now. Melbourne go down towards their attacking 50-metre line. The kick is wide and taken over the boundary line. We will see a throw in. Ricky Jackson with Mark Hunter sliding. Good contest this one. Gow got a touch to it. Atkins the hand pass across to Cameron. He's built like a piece of string, but he's a very talented player. Kick over, goes straight to STYNES. On the line, another little chip. Finds FEBEY on centre wing.
15 possessions for Jim STYNES. FEBEY meantime inside the attacking 50. Off hands, Cuthbertson. Very lively on the forward line. Pulls it back. Howell at bounce. Opportunity for Jackson, but it's a Footscray free kick. Jackson and Hunter are fighting, but Ford was awarded a free kick earlier. He grabbed the ball and played on quickly. Great mark, Coleman. Wide. Cameron now sold into trouble. Held without it, FEBEY. He'll get the free kick. Well, Coleman should have held on to that ball. No need to hand pass as it was, and now 50 against Coleman. So So Footscray coming unglued on centre wing in the 50. Takes Melbourne down to about 30 metres out from goal, from where FEBEY will kick. Lyon and Coleman, meantime, having their own little war. And Coleman is not a happy camper.
And they should be careful here because STYNES has come across. Owen and Atkins are also there, and Ford.
Simply frustration as far as Coleman's concerned. A clash of heads there too. These things happen. Here's FEBEY. And he gets the result that counts. It's a goal. No, it's a point. The crowd won't be happy about that either. That looked a goal off the boot. We're right behind that one. 6-6 to 5-4. This has got everything.
8 points the margin.
Did that look a goal?
It certainly did. I was already back in the middle. However, back into play. FEBEY in from the side. Couldn't complete the mark. STYNES. He's having a grand game. Owen trying to paddle out to Dyson. Cameron in front. Sockers towards the boundary line. And the umpire says it was legal. Throw it in. O'Dwyer at the back. Got a fist to it. Royal, beautiful roving. Stabbing in towards the centre, but straight to Lovett. And Glenn Coleman probably not winning a lot of hearts within the Demons supporter group. But Lovett goes on, finds Owen. Oh, caught Dyson unawares with a hand pass. Cullen Sockers off the ground, but straight back to Lovett again. Plays on with the left foot. Clark couldn't take it. Ford it was. Now McPherson under pressure. Eventually gets the hand pass away to Wigney. Caught by Grinter. Cullen. Atkins. Coleman from 50. Kicks in towards full forward. Hawkins. Got to beat two of them. And he can't. Glenn Lovett. Kicks towards the half-back flank. And Todd Viney. Played on. Well caught by Baxter. But he's got support. And it's FEBEY who runs the boundary line. May just about get caught. Cullen slams into him, and it'll be a free kick down the ground. Little bit of spice creeping into this game. Steve O'Dwyer to take it on the right half forward flank. Melbourne by 8 points. WYND in front, got a hand to it, but that was all. Couldn't complete it. Cuthbertson working hard. So too Clark. Over the top of KEOGH he goes. Viney from a standing start, pumps it high but very, very wide, and just sneaks it home for one behind.
Well, like Cullen, he's not the best around goals. Todd Viney misses a few. Should have gone closer there. Just blazed away. 6-7, 5-4. Lively at the MCG. Eppelston. Members side. STYNES got a hand to it. Atkins took it off the hand, gave it to Cameron. Goes down towards half forward. Mismatch here. Lyon goes back. Liberatore came up. Wasn't in the contest really. Lyon is at right half back. Through centre wing towards half forward. Foster reaches over the top. Fists away. Owen on his knees. Well played to STYNES. Big Jim, a centering kick. Clark worked out of it. Falls to Dyson. Dyson inside the centre square. It's not a bad kick on the turn. Off hands, Gow got it on the ground. Socked forward by Clark. He's over the ball, handles it back. Cuthbertson, great desperation. Eppelston diving in there. Gow slaps it out towards wide. This is good stuff. Royal across to Baxter. Breaks away from half back. Kicks towards half forward. From behind Coleman. Beveridge lost it, found it again. Charles goes after it. On the centre wicket. Wigney wants his left side. Able to have it that time. Long kick down towards full forward. 1 out contest. Hawkins corralled towards the boundary line by Rode. Glenn Lovett rushed across by Cullen. Throw it in, says the umpire.
8.5 minutes remaining. This game at the moment tight as a drum. Two desperate sides seeking the 4 points. STYNES up a little early. Lovett's left foot kick is high. Still in the back pocket. Oh, Hawkins came over the top. Ford got a hurried kick for Melbourne. Gained probably 25 metres before it ambles over the line.
think the Hulkster would have been proud of that one. Dougie taking down forward there.
Throw in once more with Charles and STYNES. The latter having a flick at the second attempt. Royal gets it away to Atkins. They've got it inside 50 once more. Hawkins off the chest. Beveridge, oh, beautifully tackled by Dougie. The D's will get out of it. Peter Road, and that tackle by Hawkins may have prompted a little more action. Michael Ford, under pressure, gets it away, puts it out in front of Leon Cameron. He too is swung over the boundary line.
Gee, oh. Well, it's a good thing White missed Wallace. Gee whiz. Holding the ball after all of that's a bit of an anticlimax.
He was coming down like a VFT. Phoebe's kick towards half forward. Baxter couldn't take it. Viney can. Hooks it over the head of Jackson. Out comes Cuthbertson. Paddled past him, however. Grinter sat over it and was held, and the umpire correctly called play on. Michael Ford to Baxter. Steve Wallace takes the mark and gets it quickly onto Liberatore. To half forward he goes. With this Melbourne defence, they're being tested. Ford does well. Takes the mark. Gets the kick away. Phoebe stabs. Finds KEOGH. Rod KEOGH now. Putting the Demons inside 50. Bennett's on the bench. Jackson's doing the roving. Still going. Pulls it back with the left foot. Into the square he goes. No mark taken. A one-out contest. And again it's Ford who butters up to Steve Wallace. Back he goes and kicks from half back. Down towards the wing. Phoebe's there, but in front of him is Glenn Lovett.
He's playing very well. 12 possessions. Little short pass to Dyson. Takes the mark. His 13th possession coming up. What a find he's been. Kevin Dyson from Oakley. Forward of centre wing. Long kick. They'll contest about 30 metres out. WYND. Atkins, the hurried kick towards midfield. Melbourne again with the numbers. White on the burst. Gave it away though. Steve Wallace has had a very good term. Atkins, McPherson dropped it. They stayed off him. Steve Wallace slipped. Now he's in trouble. Gives it away. Campbell back on the ground. Untidy hand pass. White missed it. Swooping on the loose ball, Beveridge. Going through backwards, Owen. Comes to White again. He's on the 50. Miscues completely. It goes towards the pocket. Cuthbertson, almost the mark. Eccleston, his master so far. Gets it across to McPherson. Sweeping hand pass to Wigney. They can make something of this, the Bulldogs. Atkins, long kick. Hawkins in front. Fisted away. Road taken by Charles. Straight up in the air. Was it touched? I'm not sure it was. Cullen. The umpire didn't indicate. So Cullen has this ball about 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle. It's hectic and sometimes brutal, this second term at the MCG. Here's Cullen. Misses to the near side. Should have done better. 5-5, plays 6-7. Footscray trail.
A margin of 8 points with just on 4.5 minutes remaining in this second quarter. So this one could go right down to the wire unless someone gets the breaks in the third term. Lyon kicks to the outer wing and finds Owen as Melbourne make another change. Beveridge off. Clark is back on the ground. Grinter almost crashed into Wine.
Gutsy mark.
Big man did well. Now called to play on. Kicks high to the 50-metre line. Royal giving away centimetres. Coleman claimed. Oh, and he's been pinged. Lovett's kick is short, finding Clark, who's just come back out onto the ground, off to STYNES. Jim STYNES having a fine day. 7 marks, 12 kicks, 6 hand passes for the big man so far. Wallace now. Off to McPherson. To the half-forward flank. Melbourne have the numbers. Brett Lovett there to assist White. Low to Owen, who takes a very good diving mark. Rod Owen kicks long, looking for O'Dwyer, the meat and the sandwich on this occasion. KEOGH tries to steal it, but in doing so infringes on Foster. They play on. Cameron. Trouble. Made Foster stop and prop. He eventually does get clear with that left foot, but goes straight towards STYNES. This time he drops it. HAWKINS a long way out. Shrugs the tackle eventually. Looking for WYND. Can't take it on the half volley. And again, Peter Road for Melbourne. Clears wide. Todd Viney's on the outer wing, and he's got a chance to run away. One bounce. Then kicks low in towards half forward, and a good diving mark taken by Campbell.
Plenty of courage there, Tony Campbell. Diving in amongst the legs.
So Campbell will shoot for goal, and he'll be kicking from around the 48-metre mark. Melbourne's lead at the moment is 8 points. Skies have cleared. Campbell's drop punt. Oh, it looks pretty good. That's a very handy goal for Melbourne. They move to 7-7, 49, leading Footscray 5-5, 35. And for Tony Campbell, that is his first goal after starting the day in defence.
Playing on Steve Wallace, who's having a pretty good afternoon so far. Wallace 16 possessions, approaching half-time. Handy lead now for Melbourne. 14 points. A late goal would be nice for the Bulldogs. This is Grinter. He's got other ideas. Kicks directly across the ground, taken by Cameron. Cameron inside the attacking 50. WYND a half chance, couldn't control it. HAWKINS somehow comes out with the ball. This will test him. Right on the boundary line. It's bending back. That's a magnificent effort. That's close. I think it's a goal. It is.
Let's celebrate 250 in style.
What a marvellous kick. Well, he turned 31 last Sunday, and the years have not dampened those skills. What a magnificent kick. His second goal, and one his side really needed. You can sense he wants to celebrate his 250th with a victory. He's been throwing himself in on the forward line. Some of his tackles quite outstanding.
Centre bounce once again. Just over 1 minute remaining. Very crucial period for both sides. Viney lost it, so too did WYND. Atkins gets it away to Royal. The Dogs go forward again, down towards Justin Charles and Sean White. WYND, he may have to have a shot here. The left footer gets round, floats it high in towards the square. HAWKINS is there, but it drifts over his head and through for one behind. 7-7, plays 6-6. In a thriller here at the G. Love it to KEOGH. And he can amble down towards centre wing. Does so with 3/4 of a minute to go. Poorly directed kick, however, goes straight onto the chest of Hunter. Now McPherson. But straight to STYNES, who at the second grab takes it. 8 marks to Jim STYNES. Very good first half. 13 kicks. He's done well. This is forward. Floating to half forward. Oh. Cuthbertson. There's Eppelston Leon Cameron. Very exciting youngster. And there's the siren. Albeit very brief.
And a little bit early, I think, according to our official clock. We were showing still 7 seconds to go. Now it's official. Little practice run. It was working the first time.
Well, it may prove somewhat costly, who knows, for Footscray in the long run home. But at half-time, a good tight contest here at the MCG. Melbourne lead 7-7, 49. Footscray a 6-6, 42.